Okay, Coach, thank you. We are about 4,300 miles away from you there in Orlando as we come to you from the European home of the NFL, London, England. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Giants and the London Black Knights. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Ready? Check. Watch 54.
On first down, Jones under a heavy rush, and down he goes. A bad start there, a big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Throwing, Jones. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Jones. And a quick throw here, that's complete. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now Saquon Barkley, and they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. He'll get 15 and a Giants first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
At the 26-yard line.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, Jones under pressure, and he will go down. Sack back at the 38. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
Here's Jones throwing on 3rd and long. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play. And the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Well, listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, and other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
Looking for Shepard deep. It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 33 yards that time. On the counter, Elliott, and he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Hey, kill! 47.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
Yeah, you know, he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed him to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Get a little closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. Looking middle, and that's complete. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. 2nd and 1. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, the teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Fourth down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Riley Dixon now to punt it away. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do
nowhere to escape. And he goes down. Myles Garrett racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. 3rd and long for Prescott. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Now a play fake here on first down. Finds his tight end Ingram. He'll get 15 and a Giants first down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Now Jones on first down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. On the run, it's Barkley. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. Caught the defense off guard there a bit on 2nd and long, but now you still have to deal with 3rd and long.
Yeah, you do, but you feel pretty good about the last play, don't you? And maybe it gives you a little bit of confidence dialing up the next one, that maybe your team will believe in it when you send it in.
The Giants on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Jones now, operating from the gun. And he's got it. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Golden Tate, his first touchdown on the year. And the Giants have taken the lead.
An excellent, long, sustained offensive drive. And now they can look across the field and see a defense that looks a little bit beaten down. Right now, as an offensive coordinator, you're thinking to yourself, can I dial up the knockout punch?
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
At the 25-yard line.
Here we go, 46.
On 2nd and 12, Prescott nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Prescott from the gun on third. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
This is Barkley. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 17 yards and a giant first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Come on, set. 10-2 stop.
Jones on 1st and 10. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. To throw again on 2nd down. Jones, and Ingram's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Evan Ingram, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
I know you're trying not to scoreboard watch, but you only got 3 points. You're kind of hoping that that type of play there gives you some positive momentum going into the half.
Yeah, they need to do something to get more than that 3 number that they have on the scoreboard right now. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing, Prescott. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Prescott yet again. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the 2nd quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. Now Prescott, and that will be incomplete. The free safety, Trey Boston, there to knock it away.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
The kick by McManus is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run with Barkley. A gain of 3, second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 39, Jones. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Jones now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. Back to throw. Jones. He's got his man. This is Tate. So we've reached halftime here on Halloween. And trust me, kids, if you had to look at Charles Davis every game, you'd think every day was Halloween. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, as they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Now they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Now Prescott. Wide open receiver complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 43. To throw is Prescott. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
At the 40-yard line.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Snap.
Here's Jones. Going to throw again. He completes it to Tate. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. Just they move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Ready. 54, right there, 54 Mike.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run it until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
Let's go. 18 Gator. Check. Watch it before. And let's pin the mirrors back. Let's go.
Now on 2nd and 13. Jones nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. The screen does get him 9, but it also brings up a 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
And this is Shepard on the jet sweep. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
10th carry now for Elliott, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Jabril Peppers, the former 1st-round pick, there on the coverage. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
Got his man there complete to Gallup. And this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the 1st down right near the 24. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And McManus able to put it through, and that'll get the lead down to 5. So it's a third field goal for him now. He's accounted for all 9 points. I look down to the sideline, though. You can just tell they weren't too happy for 3. They wanted 6.
No, they have to have 6. Look, he's keeping them afloat, but they really need to do exactly what you talked about. They need to get into the end zone and score some touchdowns. Otherwise, he's going to have to kick a lot more field goals than just the 3 he's already put through the posts.
Got it.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now it's Barkley. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Pilot, 64, weak.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
On the set. Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. Get it.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. It's brought in left side by Tate. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Well, clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's got the 1st down before being taken down at the 46. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
Let's go.
And the Giants 1st down.
Ready? 90, Wolf. Coming, baby. I'm coming, baby.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. They find some open field here. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
X3, 218, chopper. 5.
Throwing on 1st down. Jones escaping the pressure right. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 1st down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
Ready, break.
54, right there. 54, Mike. Yeah, let's get that lunch.
Snap.
On 1st down, Barkley. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a pickup of 12. 2nd play in a row with a 12-yard gain.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this. And he takes it into the end zone for a giant TD. Saquon Barkley, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive, and how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal, field goal, field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Prescott. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And he's able to get this down deep on the Giants side of the field. A big play there on the catch and run. And even 70 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Prescott to the goal line, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Ezekiel Elliott, but now it's 3rd and goal.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Prescott to throw it, and it's caught. Touchdown from 3 yards out, as his guys are back within a single score. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself, no reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point from McManus is good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
Come on,
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first down, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the 4th quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
Credit the tackle to DJ Swearinger. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
You remember me? Let's go, baby! Let's go!
They hand off to their big tight end. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now Jones from the gun on third down. Got a man, Slayton. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They'll run it again with Barkley. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to third down. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Down. 70. Indy. 54. So don't say that.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. A rough go there on third down, a loss of 4.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that...
Now on the return, oh no, the ball is loose. What a turn of events there as a kick returner. You know they're going to try to strip it. That's a costly turnover.
But it's interesting because they're going to be aggressive in covering the kick and trying to knock the ball free. But kick returners by nature, they're aggressive as well, trying to turn it into a big play. Sometimes when aggressive meets aggressive, something gives.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Second down pass play got them 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining. They'll look to throw. And this is caught. Amari Cooper. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. His first catch, and it's a big one in overtime. It's a first down. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still... You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Giants, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0.